Among the treasures in the archives of the National Library of Scotland is one of the earliest cookery books published in Scotland. A new and easy method of cookery by Elizabeth Cleland. Just like many food writers today, Mrs. Cleland also ran a cookery school to teach some of her techniques.
Mrs. Cleland's cookery book was published in Edinburgh in 1755. It's not the earliest cookery book published in Scotland, but it's one of the earliest. She published the cookery book particularly for the young ladies who attended her cookery school. We know that Mrs. Cleland lived in the Luckin Booths in the High Street of Edinburgh, and her cookery school was probably there as well. Her recipe book is comprehensive. It's arranged into sections with soups, fish, meat dishes and so on. It has a lot of recipes that you might think have been for the aspiring gentry rather than being particularly Scottish in their nature.
Within its many pages are almost 700 recipes, from traditional broths to the most fashionable of desserts. This made it one of the most successful cookery books of its period. Elizabeth Cleland's cookery school was in the Luckin Booths, a line of tenements with shops on the ground floor that once stood next to St. Giles Cathedral. The buildings have long since gone, but their location is marked in the road and pavement by a line of brass sets. This would have been the perfect central location to attract the daughters of the aspiring middle class and gentry. But Mrs. Cleland was not alone in setting up her cookery school. In fact, it was something that Edinburgh had become well known for. Around the same time, there were at least 8 other schools in business, teaching everything from basic skills to specialist pastry techniques. In the 1770s, Susanna McIver started a cookery school in Stephen Law's Close, near the Tron Kirk. In 1774, she too brought out a book of her recipes entitled Cookery and Pastry, which has the distinction today of including the first Scottish printed recipe for haggis. Today, the Edinburgh Newtown Cookery School follows in this tradition, offering courses in everything from basic to advanced techniques. The school spans 5 floors of their Queen Street base and offers panoramic views across the Firth of Forth, with a teaching kitchen and demonstration theatre. It is run by Fiona Burrell, co-author of Leith's Baking Bible, and welcomes students of every ability.
I founded the Edinburgh Newtown Cookery School because I felt that there was a gap for something like this in the middle of Edinburgh city. I had spent my career training people in another cookery school in London, and it's the thing that I knew best how to do, and so I just felt that there could be something like a really good cookery school that would train people to go into the food industry in the centre of Edinburgh. Well, the building is part of the Edinburgh Newtown, hence the name, and it was built probably in about the 1790s, and it's a Georgian house, but it had a large and extensive extension put on in the Victorian period, probably around about the 1880s, 1890s. And so in our kitchen we have these extraordinary Victorian slightly over the top pillars, which are rather wonderful, and we've got extraordinary plasterwork heads on the way down the stairs who look as if they're from classical mythology. And it's a beautiful building, and the students really enjoy coming here because it's so much in the centre of town. It's very easy to get to, but also because once they get inside the plate glass door, they find this little gem that's sitting here that they don't know about.
Today's cookery school students can learn a wide variety of techniques and experience the latest in kitchen technology. But to get a better idea of the sort of thing Elizabeth Cleland would have taught her pupils, head to the fully equipped kitchens of the Georgian house in Charlotte Square, run by the National Trust for Scotland.
So this state-of-the-art kitchen has a very good range. This would have been almost a hindrance and a help to the cook of the time, because she would have had greater expectations to produce higher quality food. However, this mechanised spit that we have here would have been in Georgian times powered by the steam coming from the actual fire, blowing into the chimney and turning this mechanism. So we have this finely roasted meat, or we have chicken just now, and all of the fat from the chicken would have dripped into the basin, and with a special ladle you would have put the fat out of the ladle and popped them into some candle molds. So nothing in the Georgian house was wasted. Waste not, want not was really their motto.
Mrs. Cleland would no doubt be amazed by some of the technology used in today's cookery school, but with its long and influential tradition of culinary expertise, Edinburgh should be remembered as the place that taught the country how to cook.